the Jax, right? Eventually the Shen is going to get outscaled, and that's where you want to have someone who's really strong to stand united onto, to go in. That's where the Rakan comes in. Koala can pop the ultimate, get the stand united, try to fly in and hard engage on champions such as the Syndra to pick them off while Jax is in a side lane trying to create advantages. That's what they're really looking to do, and we'll see if they are going to be able to create those types of advantages, or if Suning are going to be able to really just escalate the lead in the top lane, pick up the pace in the early game. Because we saw, against Team Liquid yesterday, it was Bin actually playing, and he was playing weak side with the Jax and still playing aggressively into impact. He has no fear, and Bin and SofM have been one of the most deadly top jungle combos in the LPL. They can snowball almost any lane, it feels like. So Gemini is going to have to do a good job protecting PK too.
Jungle is going to be important here as, there's a lot of really volatile lanes right there. Right? You got Squeeze in the mid lane as they're trading blows back and forth. Mission getting some decent trades with his soldiers, but Angel's doing a good job. Everything potion stacks coming through makes that a bit easier on that side. Nice shield into trade for PK, means he's got a small health lead up there as Bin goes through his first couple of potions. Corrupting stacks, I should say. PK just trying to regen back up through his Doran shield.
So I think what Bin is trying to do here is he's actually just trying to hard shove these early waves so that it'll bounce, and on the timing he expects Gemini to be up on the top side, the wave will be pushing towards it. What that lets you do is just sit back and play it more defensively. If you can get it to crash, you know that the wave is going to come to you, so you don't have to expose yourself to a taunt, into a Volibear gank, and these types of things. They have also spotted out SofM. You saw that hawk shot coming through from Bruce. So full knowledge of where he is. Gemini is heading up towards that top side, but the wave does not look like it was actually able to get that full bounce in.
Yep.
PK did hold it outside, so now Bin's in trouble.
Dodge comes in, dodges down, easy taunt. If he goes for it, flashes to make it land, and they're gonna get the rest of the damage. They're gonna have it. First blood right away, clean. As you say it, never had a chance to flash away on the Jax.
That was really well done there. Quick counter-strike came out, for Bin. He was trying to trade aggressively to PK, push in that wave, but he didn't have any vision. He had no ward for himself in that river, and despite the fact that he pops the leap strike, jumps away, PK follows with the flash on the taunt flash, nails that. Gemini flashes in, chains that up so Bin couldn't get over the wall, and that was just very well done. And good lane management here from PK to not allow the crash to come through, to not allow that reset to happen, and Bin gets punished for being very over-aggressive, something that a lot of people were saying should have happened to him in that TL game and did not.
Yep.
This time, Machi able to punish.
Well, a good taunt flash. The follow, of course, it was 2 flashes for the kill. Bin TP's back in, and he's, of course, gotten the longsword from his farm, and it's always back in lane. We'll see when PK makes his recall. It's going to be now, and he's up a Ruby Crystal. Like, the end of the day, PK is up a Ruby Crystal and down a flash. If there's going to be more action later on, that's the only difference in this lane so far, because he only got the assist there. It didn't put him that much farther ahead. But a full Stalker's Blade plus the boots coming through for Gemini means he is really ready to go for round 2.
And not spotted. So if Bin messes up at all here, he should be fine.
Yeah.
Pop a counter-strike when he gets to you. There you go. And that's why that matchup is good. You can counter-strike that Volibear stun. They're just going to kill off the ward to eliminate any chance of using that for a leap strike again later on. A little bit of pressure. But yeah, I mean, the Ruby Crystal advantage doesn't really matter now. It only kind of matters later on if you can turn that into a completed item. Because the actual sustain you get from these potions is going to be more valuable than the 150 flat HP from a Ruby Crystal. If you get a full tick potion, that's actually worth the same.
You see damage coming through. Wow, Bin's at 100 health, and he is, remember, teleportless. He's got corrupting potions, so he's really at more like 500-600 health once that's done stacking. But yeah, I mean, a taunt combo without the dodge zone up, without him putting on Counter-Strike means he's going to be gone.
They can do this dive. You just need to walk up, make him Counter-Strike before you start attacking him. Just try to walk up on his face, but okay, they're going to go for it.
Instant taunt into the queue. There was no way through. That was a perfect tower dive, and Bin can't show back up. The Shen comes through as the counter once Voli is flexed, and top lane is over.
Beautifully done there by PK and Gemini. So he walks point blank, and that's exactly what you want to do. And in a lot of cases, what people do is they'll walk point blank, not hit the Jax, then he pops his Counter-Strike, then you taunt after. In this case, he saw he was right point blank on the range and just says, you know what, Bin? You can't react to this. And Bin doesn't flash it, doesn't get the Counter-Strike up, and as a result, he has been dismantled in this lane. They're relying on him for the split push. And this is a dominating lead for Machi, not just because of the gold, but because of how this composition is supposed to function. It revolves so heavily around Bin being able to win the side lane. And now, yeah, sure, eventually he's going to get there, but it's going to take so long.
And now look at this. I mean, it's really interesting. Looking at the recall that Huanfeng just got, he went cold tier. He could have gone pickaxe. He could have gone Sheen. He could have done anything to, oh, this is the 1v1. Goodbye. Angel sends him out, and now what? Just sidesteps Koala. Doesn't have to do anything but press right click, and he's away from it. What a beautiful kill with a 17 CS lead. Machi may be winning top, but mid lane is going the way of Angel and Suning.
Yeah, I mean, mid lane is actually even worse, despite how well top lane has been going. You know, massive CS advantage, plus he's the one that got the kill. And we have to remember that Shen didn't actually get either of those kills. Both of them went to the Volibear, so while it is still very beneficial to shut down that Jax, it's Gemini who's got to kind of make the most of the gold that did get dumped into him from it. We'll see how much he does going forward, but still, impressive start in a matchup that, again, you know, they are really considered big underdogs here.
And, I mean, Suning obviously playing for the late game. Again, I want to bring up the fact that Tier Cole was the recall from Huanfeng, which means he had 1,300 gold and was like, I'm scaling. I'm going to sacrifice all the control of this lane. If you want to Drake, go for it. I'm just going to let you do whatever you want to me here. Bruce, whenever he wants to, can shove in the wave, take a, like, 2,000 gold recall and keep you back in. And when he burns TP, that should just be a Drake. Like, I want to see Machi stack Drakes in this early game with the lead they have in bot lane, the lead they have in top lane. They got to get something done with that.
I agree. You know, one of the things is because Gemini has spent so much time on the top side, they obviously haven't been able to do that yet. Now maybe they feel like, okay, Shen, you're in a comfortable spot. We could start playing towards bot side. You know, if you go towards that dragon now, you have Stand United. Jax can't match with TP, so I agree. I think that would be a really nice way to play it, to try to put some pressure on. We're going to get a replay, I think, of what was this solo kill. Long range scatter of the week. He knew he had it. The orbs were out. Immediate flash through when he saw that scatter of the week was going to land. Pops the ulti. Angel. Very well played on that 1v1, and I like that PK is also not going for the Sunfire. Just build straight towards the Titanic. That is going to help you maintain your lead in the 1v1 for quite a long time because you have that big gold lead.
That's a forced flash. That is Huanfeng having to flash away. Arcane Shift was burned off of the slows. Bruce level 6 pops it right away and puts him away. So now first Rift Herald has spawned. This Drake is still up and not being targeted again. I still want to see that come through, especially with the even larger lead Machi has on a bot side. Get those objectives going. Before the Jax eventually just outscales the matchup, it'll be a while, but that is still a consideration.
I agree. You know, I do think that they want to do something to push the pace of the game a little bit because, as you say, you know, the Ezreal going cult tier is really just saying, yeah, we're scaling, we're going to play for late. Jax wants to get those items. They're going to wait for that. And by taking early dragons, you're putting a little bit of a time limit, right? You're saying, all right, generally you have to challenge at the 3rd dragon. So in X amount of minutes, you're going to have to come here and meet me and fight for it. If they don't do that, they can just kind of continue to extend their gold lead, but you know, we could just see Suning, every time you go to dragons, if you wait too long, just ignore it and farm for gold.
Hard sidestep there, and it actually means that Gemini has to give up on the Rift Herald there as well, as it's going to be the Azir recall now for Mission, as he's still down 14 CS, and the mid way's getting pushed in. That's going to be some farm denied. Gemini's going to hold as best he can. Mission says, actually, okay, I've got to walk back. All right, just cut the wave. I'll be there. Don't worry about it. As the makings of Essence Reaver are coming through for Bruce, he is going for the more engaged style here. I mean, certainly Azir is going to have plenty of damage in a mid to late game team fight, so it certainly lends itself towards the more utility-focused Ashe build. Yeah,
I like it. I mean, they're going to have to force, right? They're going to have to be the team starting things up, generally speaking. So you have Rakan to do that. You get the extra CDR on the Ashe. You are going to have more arrows, more opportunities to look for that. So it does make a lot of sense, I think, with the style of compositions. And you can see Bin, you know, is building towards the Blade of Rune King. This is that very 1v1 style. You know, going for the Triforce. Death Dance, that's an option if you're feeling like you're going to have to kind of go more for that 5v5, but here comes the dive.
Okay, ulti comes across. The ult, he was trying to keep Huanfeng, I think, alive for all, but he flashed away from it, still gets dropped down. Kill goes over to Bruce, and now the re-engage comes in from Bin's teleport. Gemini very, very low. The stun comes across, and a shutdown comes through. Revenge for the ganks. A double kill back for Bin, and Jax is online.
Oh, that is so good for Suning, and so tragic for Machi, who really mis-executed there. It looked like they had multiple attacks, you know, not landing on that low HP Huanfeng. And then, because the Volibear didn't actually turn off the tower, he took so many tower shots, you know, on that dive. Almost died essentially just to the tower, and they even end up losing Bruce. So pretty tragic turnaround for them. I like that they tried to force a play, but they waited so long that Jax had to teleport to match, and him grabbing the double kill is just about the worst thing that could have happened to them.
PK tried his ulti, at least his summoner teleporter's back up, but it didn't change too much around there. So Suning suddenly in a gold lead. In the blink of an eye, they were down about 1,000. They're now up a few hundred. Huanfeng gets himself a turret plate up the top side. He's still scaling. He's finally got the pickaxe. He's got some real attack damage. We can watch that dive yet again.
Yeah, so here it is one more time in the Axe replay. You can see Volibear going in, expecting Huanfeng, I think, to kite away, but then this is where you see the W over on his SwordArt and then gets bound up against the wall. You know, the tower is on him the entire time. They all get CC chained down as the Counter-Strike landed on Bruce into a Scout of the Week. He gets ulted, erased by Syndra, didn't have a chance to get his flash out.
Yeah.
So multiple kills coming down. Really quick roam from Angel. You know, that was not a TP from him. He saw the play coming.
Oh, SwordArt.
Moved
He's got Journey. Yeah. Yeah, Caretaker Shrine plus Barrier, or not Barrier, sorry, but Guardian. Ended up just giving about probably 200 health, you know, in functional durability back over to Huanfeng. And it meant that, yeah, it was 2 more autos that, you know, Bruce on just the BF sword really just, you know, took him a little while to get through, and it bought time for the rest of the team. So now we're back to an equal game. Right, gold is basically identical. Machi are up a Drake. They're fighting for the first Herald, so certainly not out of this game. I'm just always concerned about a Jax with 2 kills, so that is still going to be in my mind, and I'll say it every 5 minutes and just check in on how Ben's doing. His rookie year in the LPL, he played on Sweding's Development League. The man turned 17 coming into the 2020 season. His 18th birthday was a week ago. This man is going to be the win condition here on a world stage where Sweding, I don't think they want to be 1-2 to start the group stage.
No, not at all. And I think they're actually in a much better spot now. I mean, the Blade of the Rune King was feeling so far away when the last buy was a Cutlass and he had no gold, but TP's down, gets a double kill, Blade of the Rune King completed in an extended fight. He should actually win now, very likely against the Shen. You know, if you can keep it to those short trades, Titanic can help you to win out that 1v1. You get the pull through on the Q, you use the auto, Titanic for the reset, and a third auto. That is going to be a winning trade from Jax. The longer it goes, though, Conqueror gets stacked, he starts healing through, he gets the passive hits from his ultimate. That is where the Jax really starts to succeed. So we'll see how PK can play this out.
And PK dropped a little bit of CS there as he pushed the wave in, but he's just mostly trying to shove the wave and get away from this one. The matchup's interesting. Basically, whoever burns their CC ability first loses. Because if Jax stuns, you just like, you put the dodge zone up and then taunt when it's done, and you just like win the auto attack trade every single time. And if you taunt in and he dodges correctly, you just do nothing during the Shen taunt. And you know, Jax seems to feel pretty good about that one. So it's a farm off, and obviously the man with the Tiamat upgrade gets to shove first. PK wants to roam up, look for ward control. Thanks for the sweep. I'll knock this one down. I'll go fight over Tribe Rush. I will at least threaten mid on the play, but looks like those two are just content to farm against each other otherwise.
Yep, definitely the case. SofM, he has not really been involved in much of anything, but as a result, he has been power farming. He is up 40 CS on Gemini here. Gemini had a lot more impact in those lanes. You can see PK just taunting away, but the leap strike is up and Ben wants it.
Pull through on the Q, but Ben's feeling great on Rune King. So teleport comes in, PK gets another shield, he's got a kite back, flashes away for safety, and now they're re-engaged, the scoop back. When's the dodge gonna come up? When's the taunt gonna come back? Goes over towards Mission, can't find the kill just yet. He's trying a lifesteal, and finally Mission finds the kill. It was a 3-on-1, but it came through in the end.
You know what's concerning about that is that it took multiple flashes and 3 members when he's on one item, right? You know, we saw PK force the flash out, Mission TP's in, Gemini's there, and Mission still had to flash away from the one item Jax. So yes, Ben went down and they're going to be able to take the tower here after that, but it does show you just how powerful this champion can get. Wow. And Angel actually able to defend it. You know, they didn't have the confidence to walk forward and get any damage down on that tower because Angel is pretty strong, is level 11, and they didn't know where SofM was, so they were perhaps worried without cooldowns on Mission of SofM arriving and Angel and him being able to take him down.
Yeah, Gemini's ult, of course, already down. Mission, half health and an Azir. That is definitely a Syndra one-shot in the making, so they couldn't step up for the kills, and well played to Angel to keep that turret alive. No one has gotten first turret yet. Wait to see if that ever does come through. You have to imagine at some point in this game, a turret will indeed fall, but it's just not going to be in the first 15 minutes.
The other thing you've got to note is, despite the fact that Mission has kind of pulled it a little bit closer in the farm, he's really on the bargain bin right now, right? He's got 2 Doran's rings, he's got some Merc Treads, a dagger, an Amp Tome. Now he just had a lot of gold, so it looks so much better. But I was like, wait, how does this item?
Yes.
What is happening here? His opponent has Ludens plus Sork Boots, so looking a lot better now. And we'll see how he's going to be able to perform in those team fights, because that really is his strength.
All right, well, here comes the taunt coming across. Finds
Bard
a bit of a slow, but it's still a lot of damage as Bard keeps landing the autos, landing the Qs. Dodge comes back in yet again. PK trying to stay alive, and I don't hate this one because you can probably get your dodge back up in time. He steps sideways, gets some Ezreal shots in. He's at 100 HP, and he cannot get away. SwordArt finds himself a kill. It's 4-4. Bruce TP's in just now. Arrow might have been helpful, but never came out, and so now it's under the tower for Bruce, taking a Q, almost stunned up by SwordArt.
Yeah, if that Q lands, he's just dead, so a little bit risky there. Mission, you can see the Bin's on the hunt, perhaps. Doesn't have flash, neither player do, so perhaps not confident to actually close the gap with the Azir ultimate available. Should be able to disengage that one pretty comfortably. So Bin not going to go for it, just going to continue farming up, but a nice play from the Suning bot lane. They're going to be able to take this tower now as well. Bruce had to go back to base. SofM just really farming so heavily, though. I mean, he's the same level as the solo laners right now on Machi. He's 2 levels up on Gemini and really getting so much just out of this free time that he was given. He's always been a very farm-hungry player, despite the fact that he likes to build utility oftentimes, you know, kind of famous for the Tank Lee Sin style builds. He always has very, very high farm numbers.
Yeah, he's a really efficient player. I love it. I mean, the man loves gold so much. He's gotten so many silver medals. You have to imagine the man wants some gold at some point in his life. I mean, he's run around like 8 different things so far. It's actually kind of incredible. But either way, coming through into this one, yes, I'd want to see if Suning can get themselves to the second win. Tied first in the group. They've got a 500 gold lead right now, and Koala on his way towards the top side, just getting some wards for the TP play. You know, PK can show up behind that one and go for a tower dive. You have to imagine as, you know, Angel's showing up, there's going to be a Shen behind him in a second, and that's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, we see Rakan is here, the Volibear, but actually really intelligent pink ward. He anticipates where that would be if it was warded over from that Gromp. So actually drop that pink ward in the lane, denies any potential of that play, just sits back, allows the turret to go down. I mean, Machi are still in a good spot, right? Like, this is still even gold. You were just kind of dreading the eventual scaling of that Jax, but Machi are going to have the advantage in the 5v5 pretty much permanently. So it's just going to be on to them to really be able to force, really be able to create advantages, because they're going to have to find engages. Since they didn't use the Dragons as a tool to accelerate the game and force the Jax to come to them, I mean, it's 1-to-1 on Dragons. We're approaching 20 minutes, right? You know, it's going to be forever before Soul is even threatened. So Machi don't really have that as a lever to push the Jax into 5v5. So they're going to have to find dives. They're going to have to find side lane advantages. And I think that's just a lot harder to do, so we'll see if they're going to be able to execute on it, because thus far they haven't been super proactive with Shen ults and Rakan engages.
Big stun, though, on the front line. Goodbye to Koala. Re-engage, not going to find either stun as Angel keeps cutting away, but Volibear is back to the re-engage, and a flashless Syndra, you have to believe, gets chopped down. Gemini finds yet another kill, the kill leader on Machi right now, as they tied up 5-5.
Nicely done. Trade of kills, but it is the mid laner, and the mid laner flashed to kill off Koala. So definitely not worth it for Angel. It was also a shutdown. You know, it's unfortunate for Machi that all these kills are actually going in the pocket of the Volibear, who's not going to be as useful with that gold as, say, the Azir or even the Ashe. But on the bottom side, all this pressure that they did create allowed Bin to have a lot of free time, and now it's potentially a smite fight over this, but Nidalee's up 2 levels and has Q execute.
Missions here, though, and with the chance of a scoop, it's SofM pushed away the flash combo. Go for this one, SofM.
Isn't available, though.
Waiting for the way to get over the wall. Ulti from Bard to buy some time, and he's just kiting around. He's waiting for his team. Javelin, oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's taken away. SofM gets it. Magical journey out for SwordArt. Re-engage for Koala, puts down a half HP. Huanfeng over the wall. Nearly lands the ultimate. That would have been the kill. It's gonna be the kite away for Machi still, though. Well done to SofM for getting that one, and now Gemini is on the run at half HP. Wants in for more. 2 more will kill him. Gets the shield, look for the next spell, can't land the Javelin, but the red smite could mean it. Here comes Koala, flash to stay alive. He will not be stopped. SofM goes for the pounce reset, goes to jump over the wall, gets away. He can't keep getting away with it, and yet he does.
Apparently can Phreak just chasing down multiple members. Shen even TPing in to try to stop it, but Machi was so uncoordinated on that turn. You know, Volibear, it looked like, just didn't have his Q cooldown. He didn't have the stun available. So Azir flying in to actually scoop the Nidalee in. That's great if Volibear is getting the stun ready and you're actually scooping him right into that stun, right into the Volibear E, and you're bursting him down. But Volibear had actually already used all his cooldowns. He was hitting the Rift Herald, so he didn't have anything available. And to add insult to injury, SofM actually steals the dragon. You know, Gemini is like kind of like, well, what am I supposed to do here? And that was actually a smite that went down from Gemini. He tried to combo it, and then even his Q, he wasn't quite behind the Rift Herald, so his Q did not count as hitting the Rift Herald on the eye there. It just counted as a regular auto attack. So that is what he was trying to combo with the smite. Failed to get in the position to do so. As a result, it gets stolen away at very low health. Gotta be frustrating for him.
This time around, they grab second Drake here. So Machi on the way towards Ocean Soul. Gemini slowed up though. Dodge Zone comes in. They can wait around for this one, but now it's timed out. And PK has to be on the run. Thankfully, he has dodge, gets away, but the re-engage, a double root. This is going to be the play. SwordArt does not find the stun though. Still going to be enough to chase on down. PK forced to run. Javelin going to land on a tank, and it's going to be Machi running away just barely.
I mean, all of a sudden, Sunning's up 3,000 gold, right? You know, this was a Machi advantage, and now they are falling pretty far behind. SofM really starting to take over this game, it feels like. They're going for the scoop, though. Nice pick.
Nice Rima shuffle, does find him a kill, but as you mentioned, a 3,000 gold lead. Uh-oh, that could be a kill on the bottom side as the turret falls down. Looks like everyone else is going to stay alive over there, but it looked like danger. Regardless, yes, mid lane falls, and the gold lead is now bigger. It's 3,500 because you take a turret kill over a champion kill every day of the week. Huanfeng just grabs the farm in mid lane.
And it's also the allocation of resources, right? Like, Machi had 5 people down there to kill off the support. Ezreal got, you know, all that golden experience by himself mid lane. And they're really starting to get pinned in here. They can try to work towards that eventual Ocean Soul, which would be enormous for them. You know, having multiple frontliners, it's going to be extra effective. It's hard to burst down the Volibear or the Shen before they do get value out of it. But Triforce is now complete. And Jax is going to be more and more of a threat if he wants to go for that kind of more teamfight style build instead of the split push. He can go towards Death Dance as well, and that can be very effective.
Ooh, nice play by Koala. Arrows landed perfectly. Goodbye. Cruz finds the second kill. Yes, indeed, with the jungler dead, that's a possible play. Angel in bot lane with no teleport. PK clears away the ward. Sweeper sees some of the members. Machi sticking around. Angel going to be part of a 4v5.
They're going to start it, and Koala's on the side. So Koala could potentially look for an engage, but he has no ult or flash. So honestly, the turn isn't that threatening. We'll see what Machi can get done here.
Huanfeng marks Koala, push them away. Nice part. Ulti SwordArt wants this one up. Easy Q. Gonna find only a slow on a PK. Couldn't find the stun. Angel finds the stun though, and now he's gonna be left alone. Ulti not gonna kill. Exhaust is good. Taunt is even better. Angel will barely fall, but 2 kills go back as he and Huanfeng pick up 2, and now Mission's got to be careful. Getting shot over the wall, and Ben finds the third. Slows down on a Koala, looking for the dodge, looking for the stun, not going to find it. But that is a great Baron stop.
And now it's probably a Sunning Baron because Gemini is down, PK is down. They have lost full control, and SofM is back on the map. Huanfeng has already started this up, and Nidalee is chugging out on the map. Should be Sunning Baron, and that feels like it almost guarantees this game. So Machi have got to get over there and try to prevent this. If you give this up when you're already falling behind in the split push so heavily, you're losing some of these skirmishes, it's going to be really, really tough.
Difference 4,000. Yeah, 2v5 not gonna happen. Well, smited SofM guarantees it. 1-1-0, 201 CS. He's nearly flame horizoning Gemini right now. 3-level lead. We are into the mid game, and it's looking really good for top jungle.
It's just such incredible team fighting from Suning. Machi really has played a solid game, but Machi is going for plays when they don't always have all the cooldowns, all the abilities they need to try to go for it, right? You know, if this is a play where Koala has ult flash and you can get back onto that Ezreal and have that immediate engage and kill, it could work, but they didn't have those tools, and as a result, yes, you get on top of Angel. It was a great exhaust from Koala, but Huanfeng was untouched, and he is getting so much damage out in the back line, and as soon as those multiple members start falling for Machi, you have no chance in the chase down with Jax and Ezreal flying forward and looking to take you out.
Well, looks like Suning about to take out Machi here in this game. 24.5 minutes in. Yeah, they're not dragon stacking, but that gold graph from 15 where it was even to 25 where it's not even close. This has been a lot of gold per minute, about 600 over and over and over again. Machi are running out of space to find themselves into this game. Yeah, the Jax kitty might not be very good, but he's certainly a scary split pusher with Baron buff on, makes it even easier. Huanfeng actually being the one sent to most of these, as he's catching up a lot of the farm. He's been farming a ton over the last 10 minutes, to be fair, and you know, you really can't catch him either.
Yeah, it is very, very difficult. Now pushing in mid lane, it's dangerous here for Mission by himself, because if you get Bard ulted up, they can set up on you, probably knock you down. They're taking away the jungle now, putting Gemini even further behind. As you said, he's down about 80 CS, down 3 levels. The experience advantages are starting to show across the board, and pushing PK back here. And you can afford to take a little bit of damage because Nidalee healing is very high and Jax has a lifesteal built in. So as long as it's not that 100-0 fight, Suning don't really care if Jax gets chipped.
Nope. Completely fine with this one. Ruin King's the wave, and yep, back to full HP, no problem. Auto attacks were great in this one. And the siege can continue. Baron buff still on for a full minute. Suning looks to go back towards the mid lane there. A chunk in the mid lane turret. Huanfeng just so terribly safe. He's got his flash up. He's got a QSS. He's Ezreal. Been slowed, stunned, stuns again from Gemini, but Merc treads make it easy to get away, just jumps back to a minion. And that took an ultimate and a lot of effort, and he's going to lifesteal back up off his wave.
Yep, and Angel was zoning Bruce, right? So there wasn't really any follow-up. Gemini flashes in, but when you have a Syndra in between you and the Jax and you're playing Ashe, there's just no chance to actually approach that wave. You will get erased, and now they're losing the top side jungle as well. Lanes are being pushed in on all sides. Suning has exploded the gold lead. It wasn't long ago that it was Machi in the lead, and then we're even. Now we're at a 7,000 gold lead here, and it's so hard for Machi to go anywhere, to do anything. They're losing all quadrants of their jungle. They're losing in the 1v1, and you have no damage here to even threaten Ben.
A stun and a slow. He saves the counter strike now for the double stun to go for a kill. It forces the Shen ult without anyone else in range. That is a cooldown that could have been used for a flank play and now can no longer happen. Limiting the options Machi have for a comeback. As SwordArt cannot quite find that stun, but Angel does. It's Machi kiting back.
Taking top lane.
Yep, top lane is under fire. That turret is going to be dead in about 8 seconds. Mid lane, of course, already cracked open. That inhibitor going to fall as well, most likely.
Everyone has played this game where the split pusher is really strong, no one can answer him, and you just kind of get stuck running around trying to patch all the holes. It's like you're in a sinking ship, right? And you don't have enough hands to plug all the holes in it. But Machi have got to find an engage, and if they don't find an engage, the game is over. So Koala, your time is now. You got to go in. You have the flash ult. You got to try to find some sort of all or nothing fight, or you're just going to slowly bleed out of this game.
USS down, flash out from Angel. Huanfeng could be the target. No. Koala says, you know, they've split up too much. We don't have the target anymore. We are out. At best, we can clear the wave of the top side. This turret's lost about a quarter of its health. Middle inhibitor now actually gone. We haven't had a reset for a long time from Suning. The money in pocket has got to be pretty high. With the inhib crack, though, with Baron in 2 minutes, they can finally take the reset. And if you thought it wasn't close now, wait till 1,800 gold of items per player goes back into the inventory. It gets even worse.
It really does. Jax is really close to the death stance. He did base, I think, more recently than some of the rest, so he may not have it just yet. But he is, you know, when you get to this part of the game, we were farming not only the waves, but your opponents have lost control of the jungle. You're farming Krugs on cooldown as the Jax. Your CS really does start to accelerate, and you get so much gold so quickly. The Shen cannot even come close to threatening you anymore. You need multiple members. It really has to be Azir plus CC, it feels like, to have any chance of threatening Jax, because with this high CDR, you know, the Ashe isn't even really going to do it, because Counter-Strike plus low cooldown on the Leaf Strike, you're going to be able to both attack and retreat very, very effectively.
When you arcane shift towards the enemy jungler in their jungle, that's when you know you're confident. Huanfeng's like, I'm not worried about it. SwordArt's here, SofM's here, it's fine, I'm not worried, no big problem here. Death Stance, of course, done. Is going healing reduction just in case there's going to be some lifesteal tanking going on. But realistically, geez, I mean, this man's not going to be stopped. He's probably ended the game on just the one death. And I feel like Suning, unless they want to go for Fountain Die, is probably not going to give up anything else the rest of this game. For now, they're playing it really solidly. All the waves, all three are being pushed in. Huanfeng actually makes sure to stay near mid as well, so you don't just lose the farm. You knock the wave down, you shepherd the supers in. Easy farm for Angel top side, easy farm for Ben in the bottom side. The one downside is there is no teleport for the Jax. So the guy farthest from the Baron can't teleport to the Baron. That's the one thing maybe missing here, but it's probably not going to matter.
Exactly, because here's the thing, right? If they try to hard engage on the other side, there's so much mobility on these champions from Suning. Maybe Angel gets picked off, but if you're going 5 men towards him and they delay you with Bard ultimate, Jax is taking your base. And if you send the 2-3 members you would need to threaten the Jax, then Suning is going to take the Baron. So they are playing this out very, very intelligently, and it can be so frustrating playing against this Ezreal build, you know, because he is so tanky, so durable, has the QSS, you know, low cooldown on his mobility spell with the Arcane Shift. He can just play so aggressively, and it feels like there's such a low chance of ever picking him off. So he can do things like sit mid lane by himself and clear out this wave.
Here comes the attempted play. There's the Jax ult, the Shen ult over the top, looking for it, and Huanfeng, Arcane Shift, plus Flash, and he's out. Shirelli is, of course, popped there as well, and here comes the replay towards mission. Now, the turret will spot, but will it be enough to do anything at all? The charm is available, and Ben will just simply kite it away and wait out the cooldown. Summoner TP comes through as they've got the Shen to rejoin, and it's a 5-on-5 with the turret there. and it's going to be a retreat. It's going to be safety. Now, Flash, again, is down for Huanfeng. That is at least one thing missing, but Machi blew 2 ults to make it happen and got nothing.
Exactly, and I mean, PK used his teleport, his ult. Now they're committing down to Jax on this bottom side. He may go down, but he might not even be able to get killed.
Great dodge zone, great play by PK to make sure that was still there for Bruce. That part was perfect. Can they stop the Baron now is the question. Angel wants back in. He wants Koala, maybe Gemini as well. Sweeper, Scryer's Bloom used. They're trying to get away. Can Angel find the stun? He's gonna get one. Is it gonna be enough? Gemini still has the ulti, and that was the play, the kind of play Machi needed. A perfect 2-on-1 and a Baron stop the other 3.
That was actually Galaxy Brain from PK. You know, leaving his sword, he didn't use the Q for the damage on the Shen when he went forward. He left that back on the Ashe. So when Ashe gets jumped on by the Jax, the dodge zone was there for him to protect him. Otherwise, you could actually just get burst down theoretically. So that was really, really smart stuff. You know, from PK, realizing that he didn't actually need that bonus damage. It was more important to have the protection for his Ashe to be able to finish off that kill.
Okay, so that 2-on-1 wasn't too bad, right? If you can keep 3v5ing Baron and get Drake number 3 spawning in 5 seconds, well, the problem is Suning, now they're known about this, that ward was just killed in their face, but you've now got to do another Baron stop. Now Jax is across the map, TP is down for 20 seconds. This is a very momentary numbers advantage, theoretically, for Machi if they can get there. Dragon is going to be soloed here by Mission. They are doing a 4v5 Baron stop as Mission is on one to take this one, and that will be mission accomplished. He'll claim that one. Drake 3 comes through, and Ocean Souls in 5 minutes in less. You got to be kidding!
Oh, 60 health.
60. Okay.
That was close, and that's actually big, because now you do have some light at the end of the tunnel. You're saying, all right, maybe. If we can get the Ocean Soul, we can make it happen. But it is going to be tough, because even with that Ocean Soul, you still have to be able to find the fight, right? And Jax is just going to try to split you relentlessly, and you have to keep playing this back and forth very intelligently. If you slip up even once and get caught by a Bard ultimate, picked off, that could be the end of the game, because they really do need everyone on the map to be able to continuously prevent this. Suning just starting up the Baron non-stop. Hawkshot was just used, so now this may be that final nail in the coffin. Hawkshot looks like it's not available. Angel is zoning. Baron's looking gone.
There's only so many cooldowns available. Hawkshot, even with an Essence Reaver, it's still about a minute-long cooldown. He's not going to get the steal. He's going to find a stun. Maybe there's at least a chance at a kill. Not going to find his way in. Gemini, so that's going to be them trying to run away. They get the taunt, though, onto Angel. Can they kill him? Over the wall he goes. Look at a big knockup. It's not going to be enough. Kill number 1, kill number 2 for Huanfeng. Now over the wall, it's time to get a third. Bruce is running away as fast as he can. There's a triple. There's looking at the quadra, but it's going to be SofM claiming the fifth. The quadra's going to be good enough, and it's time to go for the base. Suning going to end the first round robin 2-1. Machi made him work for it off the top lane camp, but it was not enough. The better team today, the better team next week most likely as well. Suning tied for first at the top of the group to close out the first round robin.
Machi really did make him work for it. I think a lot of people are going to be stepping up and taking notice of how strong this team is. But Suning's map play, their macro is on another level despite the early successful ganks from Gemini. Some really good play from PK to coordinate with his Volibear, take down the Jax multiple times. When Suning got unlocked on the map, you saw how quickly they were expanding the gold lead. You saw how SofM was taking away constantly the jungle camps from Gemini. Every time Gemini tried to go for a gank, he's losing camps on the other side of the map. He's falling 2-3 levels behind. And once Suning got that Baron, the gold lead just exploded. They were not able to stay in the game, and Suning really showing why they are a world-class team. They can play a lot of different styles, and they can run you all around the map.
SwordArt against some of his old league mates. Took a long career on Gamma Bears and then Flash Wolves for almost ever. Joined the LPL 2 years ago. Has spent 2 years on Suning. Has brought them to Worlds, and definitely an outstanding player. His Bard was great. He got so many good ultimates. He went utility with the Kales and the Shrellies to make sure that none of the picks could happen. And once we were in a mid-game, it felt like, okay, SwordArt can dictate when you go in. SwordArt will tell you, no, you can't go on us. And the split push finally happened. Ben, in his rookie year, the Jack split push gave all the map pressure they needed. Angel, beautiful stuff as well. I think his debut was also on Suning for about a year and a half on that roster. And this is a roster that is looking very, very good. Tied for first in the group. course, Machi only 1 game behind here as well. This is, as far as we can tell, the tightest group at Worlds.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, both G2 and Suning now tied at the top. You know, Suning going to be thanking Team Liquid for taking down G2 because that allowed them to catch them with a win here today to put them back in contention. Because now, you know, if Suning beats G2 in the rematch, they could potentially be 1-1 with that team, but both teams beat everyone else. And now all of a sudden you're out in first place, and maybe you're dodging a Dom1 or you're dodging a Top, who are those teams that everyone is so frightened with. So it really does feel like every single game in the World's group stage is incredibly important because you have these behemoths waiting to potentially just sweep you out in quarters.
Yep. So every team in this group has control of their own destiny. If you 3-0, you can guarantee first place without worst tiebreaker or outright at 5-1.